welcome to the Hideaway Open 2022 disc golf coverage brought to you by Odyssey Disc Golf. We've got myself, Kelso, and I've got Cannon here to my left. This is going to be the lead card coverage here. Cannon, who we got on the lead card and chase card?
Yeah, lead card's going to have Chandler, Kramer, Emerson, Fredy, Meza, GT, Hancock. Coming in on your chase card, we'll have Jaden Rye, Zane Letts, Jonathan Nicholson, and Gabriel Hernandez. We got some big name pros and some local guys going to be trying to take the victory today.
Yep. So we got hole one here, 467-foot par 3. Emerson leading off the lead card. Looks like he's going with, I believe this is a Rive here. He threw this in his first round. Didn't quite get enough turn off of it, and there's a tree kick too. He'll have a easy up and down from there.
Next up, we got Chandler Kramer, local guy, forehand dominant player. You're going to see him smashing on his forehands all day long. This is a 450-foot hole, and he's going to go forehand, which you don't see much guys do.
I love his forehand. It looks so effortless, and he just absolutely demolishes the disc every time.
And that one ended up about pin high, just right, not OB, so he is good down there. We got Fredy Meza here, going to be throwing a lot of mint discs. I think I saw him bagging a goat in his arsenal. Leaves out a little low. Gets some really nice skips all the way up there. He'll have maybe a low ceiling look for the birdie.
Yep. Here we got GT Hancock going for a good drive, hopefully. Looking good. A little bit of extra turn out of it. And going to hit an early tree on the right, but skip out safe. Not OB, so he'll have an up and down look from there.
Yeah, that's a good kick. If he kicks right, that's OB, and that's not how you want to start hole one.
So I was actually wrong about Emerson. This is not an easy up and down by any means. He looks like he's going to have to go out wide to the right and hope to get a good skip with this Justice here.
Yeah, that is his Bruin dyed Justice, and he skips that up there nicely, probably 12 feet for his par.
Good shot by him. Here GT, he might have a little bit of trees in his way, but it looks like he's going to go with a nice touch forehand. Oh, no, he went high with that. And wow, what a shot.
Almost dunks it.
What a shot by GT Hancock.
Yeah, like I thought, Fredy's got a low ceiling look from probably 55 feet here. And he'll have a tap in 3.
Yeah, decent little bid there, but here we got Chandler, like Cannon said, he is about pin high, just off to the right. Stayed in bounds, so he's got a birdie look here. Let's see if he can capitalize.
Didn't really give that the height it needed to get there, but that could have been due to some low-hanging branches he had to deal with.
Emerson hoping to just tap out for his par and move on to the next one. And there he goes, Emerson with a par.
Yeah, not a bad way to start your round. You'd like to get the birdie here, but the par on 1 is okay.
Oh, and Fredy seemed to almost have rushed that a little bit. And just off left, he will be tapping in for the bogey on hole 1. Chandler tapping in for his par. GT will do the same. GT with a very impressive scramble there. I mean, over the top shot like that, it can come in fast. It can get a tree kick or something because there is some tree coverage over the hole. So that was a very impressive.
Yeah, we saw GT struggle on the feature card, but towards the end he picked it up and was able to make the lead card. So hopefully he'll be able to make a push today. Yeah. And we have hole 2 here, 627 feet. Players are just going to want to cut the hole in half, land about 300 feet or so in the landing zone there, and then have a nice 250, 300-foot up shot to take the birdie here. Emerson likely throwing an Explorer here on this shot. A little higher than he went in the first round. And that's going to be okay. He'll still have some sort of big hyzer look into the green. That's a little left of the landing zone that you wanted to be in.
And here we see Chandler obviously lining up a forehand once more. Let's see how that plays. Laces it right up the gap, looking really nice. That's going to be a good shot. Right in the middle, right in the landing zone. Right where you want to be. And GT had a great shot in the first round, so let's see if he can execute that once more.
Yeah, it looks like the same disc.
Maybe trailing off a little left.
Oh, and that is what you don't want to do, is push too far left and end up in that cedar. It's almost impossible to get to the basket from there, especially depending on how far the disc pushed into that tree. So we'll see what kind of look he has.
Fredy going high here. I guess like a spike approach. Looking pretty good, and it sits down. That's a great shot.
Yeah, not trying to bite off too much distance there. All right, Fredy's got a straight look at the basket here, probably about 300 feet.
It looked like he had a fairway in his hand for that, though. Oh, turned it over, hit the first available, and he's going to be in a tight spot over there to the right.
Yeah, if you don't push all the way to that tree off the tee, then you do have that ceiling to deal with. Yeah. Chandler is a little closer to that tree that Fredy hit, so he's going to go with his forehand approach here.
Also looks like he's got a fairway in his hand or a stable mid. A little too stable. He's going to end up right in the trees as well. That's going to be a tough up and down from there probably.
Yeah, we saw both Emerson and Zane in that tree in round one.
GT going with having to lean out of the trees here with a forehand. This is going to be a tougher shot. Let's see if he can execute here. A little high and hyzered out early. Luckily, he's not off in the rough over there, so he should have a decent up and down.
Yeah, Emerson, as we thought, a little off to the left-hand side here. Gonna have to go with the big swooping hyzer to try and get all the way to the green. That is a Ballista Pro he's throwing.
100% blind shot. And pin high off to the left and came out to the edge of the tree, so he could have a look at a birdie there.
Yeah, that resulted a lot better than it looked like from where he was standing, so he's going to be happy with that when he gets up there. Wow, I didn't even know there was an option to go up the right side there. Fredy going with a nice little flex forehand to get underneath the basket, and that's going to be for his par. GT, little touchy nose up backhand.
And as we thought, Chandler is in the rough here. He's just going to try to get out to the basket. And he does. Wow, that was impressive. Nice. Should have a easy 4 from there and take the par and go to the hole 3.
Emerson trying to get the lone birdie here.
And he
from a knee.
Wow, what a putt by Emerson. Good birdie. Fredy tapping out for his par, correct?
Yep. Yeah, I think everyone up here is going to be tapping in their fours. And that brings Emerson to 1 down. Chandler and GT both at even, and Fredy at 1 over after 2 holes here. And we got hole number 3, 311 feet. Hole's going to be drifting to the right the whole time, par 3. We saw Emerson park this in round 1. Let's see if he can imitate that shot.
And he's going with the same disc selection here, so he's obviously going with the same line. It's looking good. Untouched.
Do it a third time, please.
Same exact line.
Do it a third time, please.
Yeah, and he will have an edge of circle, hopefully not obstructed look there. One thing I like about Chandler, he's very disciplined with his routine. So you'll see every forehand he does, he'll line up this way. Every putt he does, he'll do the same routine. So you know this guy has put in a lot of work for his form.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, that worked out great. There's a ditch there, but if you're in that ditch, you're still going to have about a 30-foot look you're just going to have to putt about 15 feet uphill.
You hate to see it though because that was a phenomenal forehand. It's very hard to get to this hole with a forehand, and he executed it perfectly. GT looks like he went early right and maybe got knocked down right there in the fairway.
Fredy going with the forehand as well.
I was about to say the same thing. Turned it over a little bit. Looks like he had a section of fiber in his hand. He'll be in the middle of the fairway as well though.
Yeah, just put a little too much sauce on that one.
Too much sauce. Coming in nicely, playing the front side of that hill to slow his disc down, and what a great shot. He will be tapping in for the par there. And Fredy does the same thing, plays the front side of that hill to slow his disc down, and he's got to tap in as well.
Yeah, Chandler actually got up the backside of that ditch, so he's not all the way in the bottom. Still going to have about a 25-30 foot look, putting maybe 6-7 feet uphill. So let's see what he's got.
And he makes it. Wow, great birdie by Chandler. Emerson off right there. He will have a comebacker.
Yep, giving that one the full go. He's still going to have about 20 feet here for the comebacker. And way to step up and knock down that putt for his par. So Chandler's going to get a stroke back on Emerson there.
Yep.
And as Fredy and GT tap in their threes.
All right, so we've got hole 4 here, 296 foot par 3, tight tunnel shot. Almost can go with a backhand flex line, or this forehand pretty much got to throw it straight here. So Chandler's really going to have to throw an impressive shot to get up to the green. Early skip with some nice ground play, and he's going to slide right next to the basket.
Oh.
What an awesome shot by Chandler.
I believe that was a TL3.
Yeah, I think that was, yep.
Emerson probably throwing an Explorer again here. Going with a little Annie. Just catches a tree in the middle, and that kicked him about 30 feet left. He's going to have a really tough look to get up and down for a par from there.
GT, we've seen him go to this disc so many times, and it looks like he peers this shot.
Asking for left.
And I think he got it.
Fredy lining up a backhand here.
Ooh, early release, first available. He will have a tough up and down from there.
Yeah, you never want to see that.
So this is one of the very many holes that the rough is very rough on. So we'll have to see what Emerson's shot looks like when he gets up there. I hope it's not anything too bad. And Fredy goes past the basket, probably 40 feet past the basket, but he'll have a look at the par. So that was a great shot by him.
Yeah, Emerson lining up an overhand here. Tomahawk from the rough. Okay, and he pushes a little long of the basket. Going to have maybe 35 feet from underneath that cedar on the right-hand side.
All right, Fredy Meza lining up his par here from, like I said, about 40 feet. Let's see if he can cash it in. Oh, just cages it. He is not happy about that one.
Yep, showing some frustration early. He'll need to clear his head a little bit if he wants to fight on this lead card.
Emerson, I guess, has some sort of look. You saw he had some distraction there in his background. He caught a twig on his way back and changed out right.
And nothing but a tap in there for Chandler to claim his birdie and his stroke on several of his lead card mates.
Emerson unfortunately taking a bogey there, but it could have been much worse, like I said, with the rough on this hole. So.
All right, you see Chandler get 2 strokes on Emerson, getting to 2 down. Emerson and GT both staying at even, and Fredy Meza at 2 over now. So on this course, you are going to see a lot of 2-stroke swings, so it'll be interesting down the stretch. Hole 5 here, 262-foot dog leg to the left. We're going to have a par 3.
Electing with the roller here by Chandler. Even gets some glide once it turns over. Wow, what an impressive shot.
And I guarantee you he was the only one in the entire field to throw that shot on this hole. GT going with the more traditional line, hoping for a skip. Great shot.
Let's go.
Oh no. Rolls down a little bit, but he'll still have a look at the birdie from there.
Emerson's got that stiletto in his hand.
Looking a little inside, gets a good skip, and he'll be over there by Chandler.
Yep, he'll have an uphill look from probably about 30-35 feet or so. Fredy looked like he thought about the turnover forehand or the forehand roller after seeing Chandler go, but he'll stick with the backhand here. Looks like it just caught a tree there, yeah, so he's going to be about 55 feet away here. This is a very scary putt to look at because behind the basket is straight downhill on the left and right hand side as well. And yeah, it looks like he just opted to lay that one up. He'll take his 3 and move on.
Yeah, that's good golf there. Chandler, I have to believe he's going to run this. He's hoping to get this birdie. This is a good hole to get a birdie on. Oh, and just short. Even gets a little chain tickle. Looks like we got a roll there. I'm not sure how far it went. Oh, and he's still out. So.
Wow, and that rolled. Now he has an even farther look with more obstructions in his way than he did for his first putt. Sit. Oh, man. All right, so he hits metal again, and that one sits for him.
Emerson hoping to get his stroke he lost on the last hole, or 2 strokes, back here. And he does get the birdie. What a great shot by Emerson Keith.
Yeah, just like that, another 2 strokes.
GT lining up his birdie.
Yeah. This is where his drive kind of skipped and rolled down that little hill too.
Just short off left. Luckily it sat. He'll be able to tap in his par there.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy with that one. I mean, when you're, in circle 1 on this hole and have a decently level putt, you're going to want to get that stroke. Birdies are hard to come by on this course.
Yep.
All right, we got Emerson at 1 down and Chandler at 1 down, so they're all square. GT right behind them at even, hanging in there, and Fredy at 2 over, so it's really anybody's race at this point.
So hole 6 here, 617-foot par 4. You can see the edge of the tunnel there. Thank you. Where the tree line stops and then it turns into open. That's where these players are going to be trying to get here off the tee. Emerson looks like he just got short kicked right, and he might have a look at the basket from there. You really want to get out into that sunlight though. GT, that same flippy disc, kick right. Oh, but kick back left, so he might have a shot out as well.
You didn't see it, but Fredy just caught a tree towards the end of it and kicked into the left-hand rough.
We got Chandler obviously going with the forehand, and that looks piped, and he's going to get out and far out also. What a great shot.
Yeah, that is picture perfect. One of the farther drives I saw on this hole that weekend.
Absolutely. GT in the semi-rough here. He'll be able to get out and have a look at the par at least.
Fredy looking like he's lining up a flex forehand from a knee here, still probably 400 feet out. Just looking to get out of the gap. He does so. Going to be on the right-hand side.
Hopefully it gets out to the right of that tree so you can have a good look. If you get pinched behind that tree, it's hard to get to the basket from there.
I think Emerson's trying to put a move on this one and get close to the pin.
Yeah, he did not have a huge gap right out of the hand, and he hits the gap, and that looks phenomenal.
Yeah, he'll have an outside circle look, maybe 40, 50 feet or so.
Chandler looks like he might have released this a little early. Comes over the top of the basket, gets some ground play, and he'll be on the edge of circle, probably 40 feet for that as well. Looking pretty good from Fredy here. That'll be a great shot.
Yep, and I believe that was a zone. I do remember Fredy bagging a zone and throwing that quite a bit for his forehand approach shots.
Nice little touch shot from GT here. Oh, nice reverse skip, and that will be just about a 20-footer there.
Yeah, all tournament there was pretty much a stiff right to left wind here. So that kind of held his disc down and kept it from skipping right. Emerson, yeah, like I said, probably 50 feet here with the only birdie look of everyone.
Step putts, just short and left. That was a good run, though. Here's that routine I was talking about where he steps to the side, and then you see his final putt form is not like that at all.
Oh, and I stand corrected. Chandler bagging the only birdie on the card after getting out of the woods on his drive and knocking down a close to 40-footer probably.
Yeah, that was a great putt by Chandler. He'll be happy with that one.
GT taking his par from about 20 feet or so. And you know he needed that for the putting confidence going into hole 7 here. And Fredy and Emerson also tapping in their pars.
Chandler taking the lead with that birdie. Solo lead at 2 down. Emerson will be 1 down, GT even, and Fredy at 2 over par. So hole 7 here, 454-foot par 4. Players are just going to play a forehand or a backhand turnover off the tee to try to get about halfway to the green, and then a nice backhand or forehand from there. So this really does play to Chandler's favor. Looking pretty good here. A little deep, actually, and he will get a tree, but that will be not in the rough, so he'll have a look at the up and down from there. Emerson with his gold line Ballista Pro, high and inside, gets a tree. Kick to the middle, though, over there by Chandler, so...
Yep, him and Chandler are both going to be towards the short tee, so there is a line to the basket from that spot.
Here's the backhand turnover I was talking about, untouched so far, and he gets down there. Great shot by GT.
Sometimes it's better to miss by 6 feet than 6 inches. He missed his line a little far inside, but he gets a good break there and gets a little farther down the fairway. Ooh, Fredy looks like he cut the corner a little as well, so he'll be up there near GT.
Emerson with his Ballista Pro here.
Yeah, so he's going to be trying to go maybe a little flex shot through the right-hand side of the screen. And doesn't quite get the turn I think he wanted to initially and kicked pretty much straight down. So he should be okay to get up and down from there.
Here's Fredy's zone again. Oh, that was a tight line to hit, and he went for it and gets a tree. He should still be able to get up and down from there, though. GT. Nice shot right by the basket. He'll be going for the birdie there.
Fredy looking to get up and down for his par. And he is jump putting from probably about 85, 90 feet or so. Puts it up there next to the basket for a tap in.
What an athletic jump putt, having to jump up a few feet to get up to that landing there, and he'll be tapping in though.
And was that a keystone?
Yeah, I think he changed his putter there to get a little bit more glide to try to get himself to the basket. He'll be up there by the basket as well. GT, the standalone birdie of the group.
There you go, and he needed that there to get a stroke on the card.
Yeah, I like watching him play. He's really coming up on this card, and he's left himself in the running here.
All right, the rest of the guys tapping in their pars, and we're gonna move on to hole 8. And that's going to be a 543-foot par 4. It's going to be a slight dogleg to the right, and actually I'm incorrect. So we're actually playing the yellow tees on this card. So it's going to be more like 350 feet dogleg right, and it's going to be playing as a par 3. And he's going to be happy with that. GT loves it.
When you see a fist bump, you know it was a good shot. Chandler here with his forehand, looking good. That good?
I think it's okay. I don't know
Maybe a
if
little
he'll
inside.
have a look. I think it may have been a little inside, depending on how far it pushed after it skipped.
Emerson electing with the forehand as well, with his Gold Line Ballista Pro. Early tree kicks right.
That one is not good.
So this hole did play as the 5th hardest hole on the course at .9 over par.
Which I'm kind of surprised. When you're standing on the tee, it doesn't seem like that difficult of a shot if you just have your standard 300, 350 foot shot forehand.
So Emerson here, right in the trees, gets through everything, and oh my gosh, what a scramble by Emerson Keith. He is parked.
And he had a very obstructed lie. He was moving some dead trees around and trying to get his feet situated, and he's probably glad he took his time doing so.
Phenomenal execution. And Fredy will be parked for the tap in as well.
Yeah, so Chandler did flare a little off to the right too far. And tried to split those trees, just came up a little short. We'll have a tap in 3 from there.
GT with a jump putt, little right. Looks like we're all going to be tapping in for the 3. Oh, well, Freddy's a little bit outside maybe. Nope. So coming up to hole 9 here, I'll go ahead and start talking about it. It did play as the 3rd hardest hole on the course at a full 1 over par. So these are all pretty tightly grouped holes. There's only one that played under par, and that would be hole 11, and it was only .1 under par. So.
Yep, everyone taking pars here on this hole, so you're going to see these scores here stay the same. Chandler leading the pack into hole 9 at 2 down.
Hole 9 here, 533-foot par 4, very tight fairway all the way down the hole. We see GT electing with his flippy mid or fairway once again. Really just want to play a nice soft shot. Kick to left there. You want to play a nice soft, maybe 300 foot. Just stay in the fairway, just gain distance. Just eat this hole off in small bites.
Emerson's got that Explorer in his hand that we've seen a few times.
Little too much turn.
Yeah, overcooks that, and it kicked right. And when you kick right on this hole, there is a chance that it goes OB. There is a property fence line that comes in pretty quick on the right-hand
I think
side.
you can see it right here, the orange tape there, that runs up the right side of the fairway. Fredy, shot's looking pretty decent, kicked left, gonna be off in the rough on the left there.
Man, he just needed a little bit more turn on that. Alright, so yeah, Emerson did kick right here and go out of bounds. So he's throwing shot number 3 from here. He's got his Justice in his hands, so not looking to bite off too much distance. Yeah, just pitches out. and puts himself in the fairway to try and make a play from there.
So Chandler over here playing to the, what fairway is that? Hole
That's
8?
hole 8. So he kicked so far left that he decided he did not want to mess with hole 9's fairway. He's going to go back to hole 8 and try and find a line to the basket from there. Very unique play.
GT went with a roller. Looks like he hit an early branch that may have got it off course, and he will get a tree and not get much forward distance from that.
So Emerson's got a tight look here at the basket. Let's see what he's got with a forehand. Gets a kick and goes off a little left there. He'll be about maybe 100 feet from the basket still.
That looked like a good angle from Fredy, but it did get a tree there. Like I said, this is a tightly wooded fairway all the way down, so. GT from a knee. So at this point, Chandler's already thrown his shot from the other fairway. You didn't get to see the footage of it, but he goes over the top of all the trees and lands just in front of GT here, I believe. Like him to go wide hyzer play. Must have caught a tree in the end. He'll have a 40-footer from there probably.
I think this is Emerson's bogey. So missing that one a little left. Chandler. So this is Chandler's par putt. 1 down the fairway, 2 into hole 8's fairway, 3 back over. Oh, and he almost gets a par going back down the previous hole's fairway.
Valiant effort by Chandler Kramer there. GT looking for the jump putt just right again, and he'll have like a 15 or 20 foot comebacker there. Just off left for Fredy. Now I saw a little frustration there. He is going to have to clear that out going into the back 9.
Good putt from GT from about 25. That'll build some confidence even though he didn't play the hole like he wanted to going into the back 9 here. Emerson for double bogey. Alright, and that was dead center, so he will take that and move on.
So in and out the front 9, we're going to have Emerson 1 over par, Chandler 1 down, Fredy 3 over par, and GT is even.
And Chandler giving us a little flair there.
Just want to say a quick shout out to the sponsors for this tournament here. We've got Dynamic Disc, the Hideaway Grill Terrell, the Hideaway Disc Golf Course, Hand-Eye Supply, Tree Love, the Disc Bar, Minuteman Press Rock Ball, and the Thunderbird Bar. Once again, thank you guys for joining us for this lead card coverage of the front 9, and we will see you guys on the back 9.